What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another How to Play here on the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about Joseph Zimmerman from Seraph's Haven's 6th place finish with All Might 3. What this video is going to do is we're going to talk about All Might 3 and give a quick snapshot of what the deck list looks like. And then we're going to take a bit of a more deep dive into the strategies and tactics used by this deck. And then lastly, we're going to talk about the deck list as a whole once again, fill any holes that we missed, and then do a quick little sideboard chat. So, All Might 3, 6 hand size, 30 health character. This list was being played on the good symbol. It says enhance, commit 1 foundation, draw 2 cards. You turn your character sideways, you turn a foundation you don't like sideways, you draw 2 fresh ones. Incredible. And then enhance, your fury or punch attack gets +1 speed or +1 damage for each card in your rival's hand, playable while committed. So if my opponent has cool cards in their hand, if they're holding cards as options to block, my moves are going to get fast. My moves are going to hit hard. Very, very strong. So let's talk about the strategies, right? We've got hand advantage, stand advantage, and punishing my opponent's advantage. This character is all about I get to do things and you don't get to do things. So our hand advantage. So not only do we have All Might, which we talked about in the overview of commit a foundation, commit him, draw 2 cards. You've got Back Alley Haymaker that says draw a card. You've got Valiant Assault that says combos with a punch. PS, all moves are punches. Draw 2 cards. And then you've got cool things like the way that we utilize that hand advantage is with things like Final Smash, Capture Evildoers, Texas Smash. I'll discard this card that I don't care about for +4 to the next one. I've drawn so many cards that I get to play Capture Evildoers over and over again. Final Smash saying in hands, add a card from my discard pile to the top of my deck, and then I'll commit, draw 2 bonus cards. There's so many things that you can do to utilize this hand that you are being dealt, such as, utilizing your stage, things like Hard Jab, build a card for my build a face down foundation for my stage to my hand. One of the sickest plays that you can do with All Might is have a face down foundation, use your draw power on the face down, and your character use Hard Jab's ability, pick up the committed face down, and then build a fresh one in. So now all it said was that you get to commit the one character, commit your character, draw 3 cards. Absolutely incredible. And that triggers things like Small and Limber. Once per turn, after a card leaves your stage during the combat phase, ready this foundation. So you can do a very similar trick with commit the Small and Limbers, utilize All Might, and then have a card leave, and then respond ready back up your Small and Limbers. It's like you didn't even commit in the first place. And then lastly, because of all the cards that you have in your hand, Manly Passionate Guy is one of the best blocking resources that you have. After you block with a foundation, build it in face up. So I block with anything, flip my Manly Passionate Guy, and then build it down. I still have 4 cards in my hand, and if I have another Manly Passionate, if you attack again, I'm going to build another one, which is just more swinging than I get to do on your turn. Feels incredible. And then lastly, just punishing my opponent for building and holding. Obviously, the easy punish is the more cards you hold in your hand, the stronger my moves are going to get, the faster my moves are going to get with All Might 3. But the bigger that you build out, Determined has an incredible deadlock of +3 damage. So now All Might can focus on speed. Pull No Punches has an incredible deadlock of my punch gets 2 speed. So All Might can focus on damage. And then your finish says Deadlock Enhance, commit, selectively stun one of my opponent's foundations. And so you really are stuck in this rock and a hard place of I get to play the game and you don't get to play the game. You don't get to have advantage. You play the game as naturally as you can. There's no cheating by drawing cards. There's no cheating by building extra foundations, because I'm going to punish you for it in every turn. So there it is. There's the list. Let's take in and see if there's any spots that we missed, right? So one thing that we didn't really talk about is just like the idea of like utilizing the speed stat, using things like Back Alley Haymaker and Heroic Strike to commit extra resources, Pull No Punches, and your finish for extra committal at deadlock. Feels very, very strong. Besides that, I mean, we have Passing the Torch as draw power. We have Your Finished as a little bit of draw power. Destin is a little bit of draw power if we so feel like it. I will say, at time of recording, One in Nature has been banned. It could come back off of the ban list, but they got to play with it in the RLE. the week later it got banned, so we don't have to worry about that. And then the best piece of disruption that exists under the good symbol is just Lost in Thought. I'm going to, get rid of a card that you really care about, and I'm going to put this cool card in my hand with things like It Can't Be Fixed and Hardened Jab, accidentally building cards from the top of my deck into my stage, using something like a Lost in Thought to get rid of your problem card and then add this cool card back up to my hand. Feels very, very strong. It also triggers Small Lumber to just re-ready all of those. So very cool. The last thing I want to look at is just the sideboard. Double Cheerleader to flash moves feels very strong, just fighting combo decks. Double You're So Obvious is pretty good. Toru is a more disruptive version of what All Might 3's got going on. So All Might 3 says that I get to flow by drawing cards. Toru says I get to disrupt by saying that one of your moves you have to replay, and I gotta get to look at the check. And then All Might gives speed and damage. Toru exclusively gives bonus to the speed stat. Not really, but you got me. 1 Evil versus Good, which is super, super spicy. And then 2 Detroit Smash, 2 All for One Full Cowling. Detroit Smash draws more cards, is a big bomb. And then All for One Full Cowling is really cool with All Might, because let's pretend that I drew All for One Full Cowling and 5 Foundations. I can play Full Cowling, utilize its ability, discard my hand, redraw 3, commit my 2 resources, draw 2. I have a fresh hand again. I drew 5 fresh ones, right? It's essentially a mulligan, and then it gets speed or damage based on what I do. So, incredible way to like have a redo if needed. So with that said, again, big shout out to Joseph Zimmerman from Seraph's Haven. On your 6th place finish using All Might 3, one of my favorite characters in the game. If you like this video and you want to see more, make sure you check out all the other how to plays that I've done here on the channel, as well as all the other ones that I've done, not just for this online regional, but for the regionals in the past, and look for the ones in the future. With that said, thank you much for watching the video, you guys, and as always, I wish you well.